For our guest, Dabin Deb, one of the best bud tenders in the business. Working with the feds.
Working with the feds? Hold on.
Hey, it's your host, the most from the YouTube show, So What Do You Do? And if you don't know what you do, you need to ask yourself, so what do you do? And if you do know what you do, you've come to the right YouTube channel because today we are in the Bay Area, and when you're in the Bay Area, you can't help but get that good marijuana smoke going through the Bay breeze. For some of us, we are dealers. For others, we are healers. For Dabin Deb,
it's lit!
She is a healer and is considered one of the best bud tenders in the business. Being nominated for several awards where you guys can go place your votes at budtenderawards.com, as well as working with the first Black equity owner, Shawn Richard, at Berner's on Haight. There's no reason why she is so knowledgeable and so insightful with all of the cannabis knowledge that she has to bring and offer to her customers. And I'm so excited and so pleased to have Dabin Deb.
Hello.
Dabin Deb, again, thank you so much for having us here at your shop. What exactly is a bud tender?
Man, a bud tender is someone that helps you find the best cannabis that you can get, depending on whatever needs you need. So that could be whether it's something for just recreational or something for medical use.
So when you say like medical use or recreational, is that like the THC versus the CBD, or is that?
So that's more looking like into the user, right? Like if you're coming into the shop and you just want to smoke on some flavor, on something that's gonna get you lit, I got that for you. But if you're somebody that's coming in here, right, and maybe, you know, you got some pain, you got some surgery, or you're going through cancer, or something's going on, then you're looking at cannabis in a different light for a more medicinal purpose, and I got you too. So that's kind of the difference in that. Now, as far as like THC and CBD, that's gonna be a little bit different.
So what is the difference in the THC and CBD? I know THC is, what is that, just strictly flower, and CBD is what, strictly like oils, or?
No, so like the THC and CBD, those are called cannabinoids. And cannabinoids, and you know.
We're gonna have to pop that up on the camera. Cannabinoids.
Yes, cannabinoids. But yeah, those guys kind of look at it this way. It's like cannabis is the Bay Area, right? Mm-hmm. And then within the Bay Area, you got all these different cities, right? Those are the cannabinoids.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So it's kind of like a part of the plant, but each cannabinoid has a purpose. Like for example, we all know in the city, we got the Embarcadero where a lot of things come in.
Right.
We got the Port of Oakland where a lot of other things come in. So every city has a purpose.
Right.
So do these cannabinoids play a different part?
Is that the THC side of it, or is that just the
as a overall?
Oh wow.
So THC is just one city, and THC is what gets you high. Mm-hmm. That's what gives you the psychoactive effects. CBD is non-psychoactive, so it's not going to get you high. But what this cannabinoid does, which is super special, is that it is anti-inflammatory. So if you're looking for anti-inflammation, whether it's like a muscle spasm, or you got some stuff going on within yourself, or you need some help with anxiety, bringing down the levels of inflammation going through your brain as well as your body is a very fundamental part as to how you feel.
So that's, you said like inflammation. So instead of taking like a Motrin or a Tylenol or something like that, you can go out, meet with someone like yourself, ask and explain to them what's going on with your injuries, and you as the bud tender would then just recommend suggestions on what type of cannabinoids that could possibly help them?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And we got stuff that, I mean, if you don't want to get high, you don't have to nowadays. I mean, cannabis has came a long way from just being a dime bag or, you know, 2 for Dub. This has been a long day.
Right. Yeah. So, with with that being said, I know the CBD is what is more of a, is that more of a body relaxation, or can you explain what a CBD is?
So CBD is anti-inflammatory, and
so CBD is the anti-inflammatory.
yeah, it's anti-inflammatory.
Okay.
But in order for you to feel any effects of cannabis, right, is because cannabis goes into your endocannabinoid system, and that system has two different receptors. One is called the CB1, which is all the neurons in your brain, and the CB2, which is mainly in your body, okay? So with CBD, because it is non-psychoactive, you will need to use a little bit of THC, but the THC is in order to get the CBD into the cell, because without the THC, the CBD can't really go into the cell or really activate. It needs that little part. So look at it like basically THC is the Uber driver dropping off the CBD to where it needs to go. That's the main difference too between cannabis CBD and hemp-derived CBD.
Okay. So then, where does the terpene of this fall into place?
So the terpenes are in every flower.
They're in every single flower.
Yeah, every flower that you can think of, from every citrus plant that you can think of. And basically terpenes play a huge part, because terpenes, the profile of a terpene in each individual flower is basically what is gonna tell you, how it smells, how it tastes, and the experience that you're gonna have.
This is all from the terpene?
Yeah. Terpenes are basically the essential oil of the cannabis plant.
Wow.
And a lot of these terpenes are shared within other plants themselves. Like, for example, OGs, people that like that old school OG, you're gonna really love myrcene. And myrcene, you can naturally find it in mangoes. Something to think about. If you eat a mango 35 minutes before you smoke, ooh, baby, you're gonna be like,
It actually increased the high.
really? If you want that couch lock, you know, just a little Dabin tip with Dabin Deb there. So, you know, eat some mangoes. Keep it litty.
There's the
all
Dabin
right.
tip with Dabin Deb. Dabin Deb just gave us one of her famous Dabin tips. But what I really want to know is, Deb, is how is it working with the first Black equity owner in the San Francisco area?
It's dope. I love working with Pops, aka Silky Big. El Presidente. Hello. Man, I love it. It's definitely different, you know. I've been in this industry for a long time, and I worked with a lot of different people, a lot of different types of bosses and all of that. But working with Pops, I definitely enjoy it. It's different, you know. We definitely pay it forward here, and we treat everybody like family. And that's good, bad, ugly, and different, but we rockin'. So I appreciate that.
You know, what I love about you guys down here at Burners on Haight is y'all are always representing for the Black, the brown, the Asian, the white, all the communities. It's not just a specific community that you guys are catering to. You guys are catering to every single community, and you know, I'm pretty sure you as a Latina woman is very, very proud of that, you know, being able to give back to all of the communities and all the cultures. How does that make you feel?
It means everything to me. Like I said, you know, I've worked for a lot of different people in this industry, and, you know, being able to work alongside a very diverse crew from different backgrounds, you know, different ages, and, you know, it's a beautiful thing to come together. And like you said, you know, it's wonderful, because I've been in places where, yeah, you have maybe a couple of people here and there, you know, like little beans and a couple things of rice or whatever, like, but it's not really a lot of culture, you know. And right here, we definitely embrace individualism, we embrace our culture, and we embrace each other.
That's amazing. With you guys embracing so much culture, so much of each other, you know, you guys are like a family. You know, you call Shawn Richard your pops. When this shop first opened up, what were your thoughts, you know, when you first got put on as the Budtender?
Man, it was crazy. So I left another job to come here.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You got another dispensary? Or?
Yeah, I had just helped open up Nug Wellness in San Leandro, and I was one of the managers there, and I decided, you know, somebody, they hit me up and they was like, hey, you interested? I said, well, I got nothing to lose, fuck it, let's go to the interview, you know? And went to the interview. To my surprise, didn't realize I was gonna be interviewing with Berner, but it happened.
Oh, that was the person
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, that was cool. And when I got here, it was dope because my first reaction was, okay, let me see the crew, right? It was a well-blended mix of folks.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was well-blended mix of folks. And when we first started, like, a lot of the people that helped started, like, my colleagues, my family, they OGs in this shit, you know? And they've been doing it and pushing the hard line for a long time. So it was really dope to start off this place with such a solid foundation. We opened up this store with only 15 people on deck. And that whole day, we had a line wrapped around the whole block. What? The whole day, and we fucking did that. We did that.
All 15 you guys were
all of us, yep. And our time was 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, meaning your customer came in, they got served, they grabbed their product within 5 minutes.
I know that 5 minutes seemed kind of long,
but it was such an energy, like, for real, like, that brought us, I feel like, even closer together. This pandemic brought us even closer together. And it's been dope. Like, you know, my first thoughts of coming here was like, let's do it. Haight Street, baby.
Yeah, it's on Haight Street, baby.
Black owned, baby.
Yeah,
like, what?
Man.
Yes, you know, it's dreams come true because this industry is, mainly dominated by white people. Real talk, it really is. So, you know, to come in and be black or brown or Asian or whatever you are, sometimes the opportunities weren't there or your opportunities were very limited. But here is tremendous growth.
That's amazing. No, you guys got to give us a round of applause for that one because you guys are doing some amazing stuff. Seriously. You know, and here you got some of your favorite flavors.
Yes, just a couple. Couldn't bring it all out because then I had to bring the store.
I was gonna say we might be having another little packaging come by. One of the packaging just came by.
Okay.
They want to drop a little Tahitian off.
Okay.
Just do the Tahitian one.
You want to go on a vacation? Say less. Bless your lungs, you feel me?
Explain the background, like you having so much knowledge on terpene, the CBD, the THC, what's gonna help with your inflammations, what's gonna help, you know, with somebody who has cancer, tumors, whatever the case may be. You seem real knowledgeable about that. Is there classes? Do you have to get any type of degree to get any of that, or is that just?
There is certain places that you can, reach out to and get certain degrees and things like that. Honestly, I started off by just being curious, and a lot of it, like, I had to teach myself, When I first started, it wasn't like how things are right now in the industry where you could come into this industry and get a full handbook and these are your products and this is the knowledge behind it. Nah, man, when I started, it was the good old 215 days. You literally were selling that shit out the bag, and it wasn't necessarily to the point where there were SOPs that were being followed or things like that. So we had to do a lot of digging and searching. And to be honest with you, a lot of me getting into it was just me trying to find my own relief from my own personal health problems, and through that, I just started kind of digging and opened that Pandora's box, and I fell in love even more with Mary Jane. You know what I mean? Mary Jane. So,
Dabin Deb. Nah.
Dabbing these, dabbing those, who knows?
Dabin Deb, look, for the people who are still maybe not understanding the power that, marijuana could have for, your health and, for even animals like dogs and cats and, anything that is going through a tough time physically and for their health. Explain to them why medicinal uses could be more of an advantage than, you know, the typical Tylenols and Motrins that the doctors would prescribe?
Well, I mean, we all gotta go just take it back to our roots, you know? Go back to your roots, people. Think about where you came from, think about holistic care. And I preach holistic care all the way because truly what is made will always have side effects, you know, but things that are actually from this earth that were put here, that are part of already our structure, that are embedded in who we are, is gonna react completely differently. You know, initial medicine way back in the days was essential oils, AKA terpenes. That was what essential oil medicine was. Yes, did it take longer to work? Yes, it did, but you know, Americans, like I hate to say it, man, y'all lazy as fuck. Y'all want to find the answer in a pill. And that's just not realistic. A pill is not gonna give you, is not the holy grail to your problems. You know what I'm saying? It might be the beginning to them though. So you gotta start thinking outside the box. And for me personally, you know, I was told I got nerve problems with my back, and I was told that I would not be able to do half of the shit that I'm doing now. And their only resort to me was had me on a whole bunch of pharmaceuticals, and I wasn't feeling that. Right. I wasn't feeling that at all. So, you know, I said, fuck that. And I started just digging into more holistic care, you know, essential oils, massage therapy, doing things like that, and then started looking at, you know, Chinese medicine, which is so huge, and it's so just on some real shit. Look into that, because it will blow your mind, America. It will blow your mind. It's the real Chinese medicine, Eastern medicine, on some real shit.
What type of medicine do you like? What type of practices have they?
Acupuncture for one of them, reflexology for another one. Again, treating the body with herbs and things that are from the earth.
Very natural.
Yes, not something that's composed. Because nowadays it's like, you know, you take a pill and you good, right? And then 5 years down the road, you high as fuck, you smoking midnight munchies, and you get a commercial talking about, does your ass run? Is your nose runny at the same time? Did you take this pill? Please file a lawsuit. You're like, oh shit, my ass is running.
Hey, got some things in my ass. You'll get some Tahitian.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, nah, man. So yeah, I mean, that's for me, that's mainly like the main thing with cannabis, you know. For y'all that don't know, like honestly, do your research. It's very different. And now, due to, you know, the one thing that I could say that came great out of legalization is the fact that we are now able to do the research, right? And able to prove it by facts. So educate yourself.
Be educated. And if you're not educated, make sure you go place your votes again at thebudtenderawards.com and vote for yours truly, Dabin Deb.
And if you don't, I mean, you need to ask yourself, so what do you do? Because you ain't doing nothing. So get off the couch, man. Go vote for your girl, tap in with your boy, and do something, man.
Go do something positive. Go be productive with your life.
Thank you.
Speaking of awards, speak on that. How does that feel being nominated for so many different categories?
Bro, honestly, it's a dream come true. I'm super humbled by it. Like, I didn't even know. Like, when they started like sending me emails, I was like, spam, 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 spam. And then they slid through the DMs, and I was like, oh, these motherfuckers is really real about this shit. Oh, shit, okay, let me tap in. And I was like, oh my God, this is really happening. And then I started seeing what nominations I started nominating, and you know, I love y'all, man. I love y'all. Like, it's good to be recognized in something that you love to do. And if you do what you love to do, as cheesy as that saying is, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's why we had to get Dabin Deb on the show. So what do you do? Because no matter what it is that you do, she gonna do her. You need to do you. Instead of being all in her business, go do you. Do
you. If you take anything out of this conversation, do you and do something, man.
Dabin Deb, look, I want you to go ahead and look in this camera, or you can go ahead and photobomb my camera, because we about to go take a little tour.
Let's do it, man. Let me show you my neck of the woods.
Yeah, lucky that I stayed up. High and shook to that baby. honey, give me your time. Get what I can, cause I'm on the grind. One of a kind, little mommy, you fine. How you move forward? Can I rewind? I'm not a fuck up, but right when I'm thinking you soft, I run into tough luck. Lately I'm starting to miss us. Even the smell of your Benz truck, I know it's up for the both of us. 100K, yo, both of us. Your girl hating on both of us, but she lay on your sofa. I told you that it get better, baby. I told you that I get cheddar.